close the night out right, panel at the table, and that half-dead light, miss and producing, till the story runs hot, 1-1 from the city, like a wicked chain, spitting facts, no rest, crimes after dark, we close the night out right, tear through the lies till the wrong sounds like a fight, all of the answers buried so deep out of sight, we watch the threads unravel, we watch the threads ignite. JJ in the corner, state of the deep in his head, which lies to toss and which ones to keep instead. Dago from the cafe says forget about it, leans back, spins his thoughts like a blade cutting holes in the track. Lee at the front, head advocate, steady stare, every word like a warning, every silence a dare. All of them leaning in, clock crawling, eyes bright, every secret feels louder than the buzzing of the night. Crimes after dark, we close the night out right, tear through the lies till the wrong sounds like a fight, all of the answers buried so deep out of sight, we watch the threads unravel, we watch the threads ignite. You can bury it in paper, you can lock it in a file, but the truth bleeds through, drip by drip, tile by tile. We're dragging it to daylight, name by name, line by line. If you wrote it in the shadows, we'll read it out this time. Yeah. Crimes after dark, we close the night out right, tear through the lies till the wrong sounds like a fight, all of the answers buried so deep out of sight, we watch the threads unravel, we watch the threads ignite.
All right, everybody, welcome to another Crimes After Dark. And the audio dropouts is not entirely, I don't think, our fault. It's either somebody on my back end who doesn't know that they keep muting people like Robin, that they mute half the time, or StreamYard just drops out audio for no reason on a regular basis. And I turn it back on and it drops out again. And so either I'm fighting somebody for control and people are muting people on my stuff on the back end, or StreamYard's doing it. And so far, we've been fighting this for quite a while when Robin drops out all the time and I have to turn her back on. I don't know what's going on, but we have some issues with audio and I don't know if it's StreamYard's issue or what. Whatever the case may be, welcome to another Crimes After Dark. Hopefully you all hear me. Can I get a wave, by the way? I am being heard, right? Can you guys hear? Okay, perfect. All right. So just wanted to let you know we've got a lot on tap. A lot of people are talking about new information that has kind of surfaced about Dylan's added. What was the contact that Dylan Mortenson added onto her phone at 3 something in the morning? What are all the pictures and videos that Dylan's taking pictures and videos of at 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning? Those kind of things, I'm sure, are going to dominate a large part of this discussion tonight. We're also going to talk a little bit about some new things that I kind of discovered on my own with our live, members only live on Kopaka Files. Got a few more things. We won't talk a lot about that. I got a big trip coming up in the Mickey Stein's Ben Fields case to Kentucky that I got a plan for almost spontaneously. We'll talk a little bit about that. So let's get the panel on stage. By the way, JJ from State of the Deep is going to be on a little less often for a while he's getting his show going. So he's not here tonight, and that was planned. However, Robin is not going to be here tonight for like the first time in forever. She's got a really bad cold or something going on, and she can hardly speak. And so she's just not going to try to struggle through it tonight. So Robin will be available in the chat, but saving her voice. So, and thank you, Michelle Rowe, for the donation and the support of the channel. Thank you very, very much. So let's get at her, and we will bring on Logan on channel first. Logan, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, except for I hope that StreamYard doesn't cut your microphone out half the time. It's freaking annoying me.
It is. So YouTube has been messing up all day. I couldn't even chat in my own live when I was live earlier. Other people were having problems in chat. It'll say your message isn't accepted because it's spam. I'm like, it's my channel.
Yeah, I did that the other night where I just said howdy to somebody and it said that it was spam and wouldn't let me post it. But then somebody else said howdy and it let them do it. So why am I blocked and not them for the word howdy? I don't know. So, but I don't think this is, I think the audio dropouts is a StreamYard thing as opposed to a YouTube. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's annoying as hell. And usually it only happens to Robin, but tonight it happened on our intro. I'm sure you heard it as well, where the sound just dropped out. I'm trying like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least it wasn't too long. It was just half a second.
It wasn't terribly long, but it's annoying. I'll tell you that.
It is annoying. Yeah.
What is special in your world today?
Oh, nothing. Just going over the, dump on Dylan's phone activity today, which is interesting.
Yeah, where? I mean, somebody sent me the link to a website where it was at the bottom. Is actually like, how did that even get released today? Was it released today, or has it been out for a while? That's the other confusion. Has it been out for a little while and nobody just noticed it until today, or what?
No, it was unsealed today. So it's in the Ada County documents in year 2025. It's about halfway down the page, and it's the only one that shows that it was unsealed recently. So
it's so annoying that you would just have to watch those pages every day and hope to catch what, like, they don't make a big announcement about it. It's just like, if you happen to notice it, you happen to notice it. But
yeah, I try and check them every day. But then of course, when I check, haven't checked it yet. And then everyone's like, oh my God, documents. I'm like,
I know. In a way, I'm almost so fucking tired of more documents. Like it's like, oh, look, I got to do another fucking 5,000 page reading now to get caught up with everybody else and I got 5 cases going. But anyways, it is what it is. We'll talk about it.
I like the new info, so I hope we talk about it.
We will for sure. Let's bring Dago on.
Yes.
Dago, what's going on?
Whoa.
Hello.
Forget about it. Good evening. Good to see you guys tonight. How are
By
you
the
both?
way, I'm wondering what the deal is. Some people were complaining about the audio issues where they can't listen to our show because they're tired of you being so much louder than everybody else. And like Logan says, you sound great to us. We all sound the same volume. So I don't know. Are other people experiencing some whole different experience than the rest of us? And you're like louder than hell. And if we turn you down so you're not loud as hell, then I can't hear you. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
I've turned myself down. Ever since I got this new microphone, I don't know. A lot of people are telling me I sound the same. Then I had a couple people in here say that my level, well, one of them said they could hardly hear me.
Weird.
Yeah, so Robin says it sounds the same volume to her. So I don't know. Certainly for us on the
I have it turned down.
We all hear you fine and everything sounds leveled. But every once in a while we get somebody complaining like, I'm not watching your show anymore. I can't stand how loud some people are. And I'm like, I don't know what you're hearing that we're not hearing. So that sucks. So anything special in your world today? Besides the thumbnail. Got a great thumbnail.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, shoot. I gotta run to the little boy's room, so I'll be right back, okay?
What a great intro. Perfect.
Unacceptable behavior.
Inconceivable. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up then 1-1, and maybe he'll do a monologue for us and give Dago some time to go to the little boy's room. What's going on, Flamethrower?
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. Now you sound quiet to me.
You can go ahead.
What?
Yeah, you're super quiet. What the hell's going on with audio tonight? Yeah, your mic volume's way the hell down. All right, speak to me again.
Good evening. Can you hear me now?
That's better. Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
Fuck, this audio is gonna drive me nuts. All right.
How's everyone?
What is in your world besides shoveling a shit ton of snow?
Oh, snow, and more snow. And I took about an hour away. I'm always, I'm constantly watching other creators and other info, and there's all this stuff going on always. So I literally took like an hour out. Just today was Samsung's unveil event. So I'm a Galaxy person or whatever. So I'm pre-ordering the new Galaxy S26 phone. I come back and it's like, oh, Dylan's chat thing, Dylan's phone stuff is out, and this is out, and that's out. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I go on, I see like Logan is like she had the title up, and Jay Embry had his thing up, but I did pop into Logan's thing first, so I chose you first.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, good.
Here's the thing, like
info.
I don't want to be an ass, and I mean this with all sincerity. But when you guys are all freaking out and telling me everybody and their dog is streaming about this new contact out of the phone, I kept asking the question and nobody would give me, but who is she? And I get name. I know you got a name, but who is she? Well, the name is this. Great, but who is she? And more importantly, is everybody going live with the, oh my God, I know who it is now, and all they're doing is telling a name? Or does everybody know who it is? Because it sounds to me like everyone and their dog wants to be the first to tell everybody the name. But I'm still like, but who is she? Like, who is she? Do we know? Does anybody know? Did Lana know? Did Bob know? Did Bernie know?
I mean,
everybody who's streaming, do they know who she is, or they just got a name?
I didn't see anyone who really knew who knew who it was. I popped in quickly to Jules. Jules was covering it. She didn't seem to know who it was yet. She's like, I'm gonna look. So it's the mystery ghost. Dylan's.
I saw a girl on Facebook, but that was it.
Yeah.
Well,
Brittany Famonde, okay.
Yeah, and the
or whatever her real name is.
Yeah. And so the problem I have is when everybody was telling me everybody's streaming about it, I thought to myself, okay, how did everybody figure out who she was? Or are you literally telling me everybody is getting massive likes and views over I've got a name and I have no fucking idea who she is? Because what I didn't want to do is go, hey, everybody, I got a name and I have no fucking idea who she is. Like, but is that what everybody's doing? Is everybody streaming? I've got a name, but I have no fucking idea who she is. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
That's what happens with this
pretty
case.
Much.
They could find a stick that has a name carved in it in the backyard, and we would have live streams everywhere with a stick that has a name that nobody knows carved into it because it's Idaho. So that's how it works.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to be that guy. It feels a little clickbaity to rush out and be like, hey, everybody, we got a name, if we don't know who it is. So I've been
that's why I didn't go live today because I don't have any information other than the information that we have. Right. So there's no point in it, in my opinion. So no offense to anybody who did. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And yet
I had no clue what to do with it.
Right. And guess what we're going to have to do? Here's the thing. We have to talk about it because every fucking streamer is talking about it. But I felt like we're not ready to talk about because we don't know who she is. But I guess what we're going to do is we're going to all talk about somebody we don't know who she is. Because
I will say, though, I am going live tomorrow to complain about the messages and all that. I'm going to do that. But
Thank you, Bianca, for giving 5 memberships. I appreciate you. Sorry, 1-1. Thank you.
That's
so
okay.
No. Yeah, absolutely. Call out that's great. Good stuff.
All right, let me get us going.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm going to get right into it.
I know, we're going. I know, there's like a million things to talk about. All right. Is it good to be alive in the den on a Wednesday night? Juliana, Jackson, and my beautiful wife. Love you guys. Tonight, we step into a case that doesn't shout. It waits. A case where the room goes quiet long before the truth ever speaks. This is the story of Sabrina Atkins and Ben Fields. Not a mystery wrapped in shadows, but something far colder. Because this isn't about what happened in a dark alley or behind a locked door. This happened in plain sight. A sworn deputy, a woman seeking help, a system that should have protected and didn't. And that's where the silence begins. On paper, the roles are clear. Authority on one side, vulnerability on the other. But paper has a way of lying. Tonight, we're not here to deliver verdicts. We're here to ask the questions that make people uncomfortable. What happens when the person with the badge becomes the threat? When power stops being a shield and turns into a weapon? When the very system designed to intervene looks the other way? Because cases like this don't live or die on a single moment. They rot slowly inside reports, behind closed doors, in decisions that were not made. We're going to talk about the imbalance, the fear, the hesitation to speak when the person you're supposed to trust is untouchable. And we're going to talk about accountability, not the kind that comes with press conferences, but the kind that comes when the noise dies down and only the facts remain. This is Devil's Advocates. We don't rush to judgment. We don't protect reputations. We don't flinch when the story points upward instead of outward. We sit in the uncomfortable space. We listen to what wasn't said, and we follow the trail where it leads, even when it leads into the heart of the system itself. Lower the lights, turn the volume just a little higher, because this isn't just a case, it's a warning. And it starts now. And with that, live from New York, it's Wednesday night.
All righty. Well, I think now we can officially get into her, even though we were kind of already getting into her a little bit there already. So I will say that my most more so, I think, than the contact, which of course everybody wants to know, that everybody has wanted to know for 3 years, what was the contact that Dylan added to her phone at 3-something in the morning, and why are you adding a phone contact at 3-something in the morning? So what triggered her to enter that? Those are the mystery questions. It's not just who, but what triggered you to enter the contact into your phone at 3-something in the morning? What happened just before that you created a new contact at 3-something in the morning? That's one of my $1 million questions. Even perhaps more so than who it is what triggered you entering that into the phone in the first place. Then, but for me, the more interesting part, and I'm going to save it for after we talk about whoever she is, Brittany Fermunda, my nuts, or whatever it is. I can't remember how you Fermunda cheese. Before we talk about her, I'm really in the images and videos that Dylan was taking on her phone between 5:02 in the morning and 6:25. That has always bugged me, and now here we got all these So let's start. Let me get your thoughts. Who is Brittany, and is it Fermunda? Is it Fernandez that spelled wrong? Was Brittany a little drunk and couldn't type it correctly and it's a typo, or is it spelled correctly, or is it she's just a little slow, or what is it? You guys tell me why.
I think Dylan's slow and typed the last name in wrong. Because it would be from her phone, so it would be her contact and what she labeled it.
Yeah, right.
It does make sense.
Didn't Dylan misspell Xana's name in the first place to police when they were asking her how to spell Xana's name, and she spelled it with a Z instead of an X or whatever? And
she misspelled a couple names actually,
and she also she didn't know how to spell like one of the last names or something too.
She also thought instead of someone being taller or shorter that they were higher or lower than her.
Right. I think you just made Dago spew coffee out of his nose.
Well, I mean, that would go along with no footprints, levitating higher.
She's made multiple comments like this, you guys. She said, yes, she has said higher, lower. She definitely makes statements that are like, you got to double take and look around for a 6-year-old. Also, that's truly what I believe.
Yeah, exactly. She said Murphy was going out more instead of like getting further away.
Yeah, right. Really?
Murphy the dog.
Was going.
When she was referring to him, she was like, "Yeah, that was Kaylee and Murphy the dog." What is there another Murphy?
No, remember when she thought that Murphy didn't know that to bark at a stranger because he's just a
Yes.
puppy.
Yes. So yes, Logan is. I think Logan's on point when she's looking at her saying, yeah. It makes sense. So yeah, that last name could be a multitude of different things. Okay, just because.
Right. So that's the thing. Like for those who are stuck on the, well, I can't find that spelling. Maybe it's because it was a typo or a misspelling. Like you have to factor that in. I mean, it literally is somebody typing in a contact from the way that they think to know how to spell it, and so that may not be correct. So
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, so there's people. The biggest thing I saw is several people, including people that I'm working with, who are trying to tie a Brittany Fernandez as being related to the girl that had the hit and run the night before in Pullman, right outside the Pimlico Apartments. And I don't know that that's the same. We did come close to finding a what was the name? Carolyn Fernandez.
Carolyn Fernandez.
Yeah. And then we found a Brittany Fernandez that both were from Yakima, and we're like, oh, maybe that's it, because
we found a couple versions of Brittany Fernandez. We found Fernande.
Yeah.
And just in case it was actually, the right thing. There's no. The hell was it? Famade? I can't find any of Famade or whatever. That's the one we can't find. So Dylan's. Or Logan. Logan's probably on point with that, because now you got me doing it. That makes perfect sense to me. Why she probably misspelled it. At 3:51 in the morning, she could have been slightly intoxicated or upset because of all the stuff going on around her, and did something quickly and just put it in the way it was and end the story. You know what I mean? So, or she could have misread it. Who knows?
Right.
Well, the one that I found doesn't follow or is not friends with a Carmen Fernandez, and the one I found lives in Middleton, Idaho. She follows the Gonsalves page, all that. So I thought that was the closest that I found so far.
Well, let me add this for discussion, just so people understand some of this as I understand it real quick. This is Carmen, 19-year-old Carmen Fernandez of Yakima was the one that was charged with that hit and run in Pullman at Washington State University.
Right.
So Carmen Fernandez, which somebody typed in the thing, JLR is saying Carmen's a man. I'm not going to go there. Like, the point being, Carmen. So people thought Carmen was the person, and then they saw the name Fernandez, and they're like, well, did Dylan really mean Fernandez when she wrote Fremunda or whatever it was? And then it was like, is there a Brittany that's tied to Fremunda? Is there a Brittany that's related to a Carmen? It feels like it's a little bit of everybody's trying to make a connection that isn't there, but I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. But
I think at some point, honest to God, okay, bye, Logan. Hi, Logan.
What happened to Logan? Did I remove her? Did I remove her? Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
I think at some point, whether it's Brittany Fremunda Cheese or if it's Fernando, whoever it is, somebody's going to find out exactly who it is, okay?
Fernando.
And then we will, at that point, be able to
That's a good
forward.
song.
But Logan's point really quite interesting. I never thought of it while we were researching it earlier. So I guess I have a little bit of a lack of that common sense as well at times. So, thank you for slapping me in the face with that, Logan.
Yeah,
I just feel like I know Dylan's shenanigans and how her little brain works at this point.
Well, and again, I mean, all kidding aside, she did. I mean, I shouldn't say kidding. Like, without insulting her intelligence, she did get several names wrong when she was spelling names off. So it's a common thing for her to get those things wrong. So
I want to insult her intelligence. Okay, I want to. I do. Just so you know, when she said, "There's a police here," what did you just say? All of those little things like that. You're old enough to know better. So I'm gonna say that I want to, because I feel like she's done some really nefarious shit. So I will be the one to do it if you don't want to. Just telling you.
No child left behind, right?
Yes. There's a police here right now. Okay.
I will say, when you look at Dylan's activity here, so I think there's some right around 4 27, I believe. Yeah, Kaylee and Xana. Logan covered it on her show. I saw. I wasn't in your whole show, but you were making the point, and I think it's a really valid point. I agree with you 100%. It looks like Dylan is like just going through the motions, just trying to like make it look like she's trying to call them. Like she actually called them, but she's just trying to make it look like, oh, she's actually trying to check on them. Like a 3-second call, a 6-second call. Like what the hell? Who the hell waits 3? Who waits 3 seconds? Like
I don't think some of them were even that long. 1-1. I think a couple of them were just 0-0. Like she put the phone.
First ones were 0-0.
Yeah, so she put the number in her phone and hung up. That's what she did.
Right. I mean, it's like ridiculous.
Just so it like looked like she was checking on them.
Yeah.
Because she knew. Yeah, she knew people were going to look at her phone. So there you go.
We can't say that, oh, it was just an accident on that one because she did it to 3 different people 3 times in a row.
Yep. She had to make sure she was probably, I'll just put it out there. In my opinion, it sounds to me like somebody said, you need to make sure that you put their numbers in your phone as if you called them, whatever, to make it look like you were doing something, period. Other than sitting on Indeed, looking up all your applications and editing videos that you were doing on Snapchat and Instagram.
I guess whoever gave her the instructions forgot, didn't tell her, well, you might want to wait like 20, 30 seconds, not like 1 second.
It takes
2 seconds.
It takes it back, right, 1-1. It takes it back to the time that they called law enforcement. I'm telling you that to me was timed out. I think they were told, you wait this much time and then you call. That's just what I feel like. I'm not going down a rabbit hole, but that's what I see. So
I think the person who gave her instructions probably gave her excellent instructions, and that's what she chose to do.
There's a good chance of that.
Guess I'll just leave that one there for tonight.
Lee, we can't hear you. You're muted.
You're not. You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm gonna murder StreamYard. I didn't do that shit.
Yeah, I think everything was on some form of a timeline, and I think everything that was put out, everything that was done was very carefully scripted out, per se, for lack of better terms, and I think they followed that to the T, even as hard as it probably was for her.
So I would like to, I think, walk through this document with you guys a little bit and ask some questions of the panel, which is why I was putting this up on screen. One, and this is my old age talking. One of my first pet peeves is "are you" instead of "are you." Are you? Anyways, are you driving by chance? The famous Dylan text to Eric Uber.
So I guess that's how she has him in her contact list. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was going to say. So this is Eric Gower. We believe that she's got on there as Eric, the Uber driver, is how she is in her contact.
Hold on right there, though, Lee. Before you go any further, I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. I didn't mean to, but didn't Gower say he doesn't know whether she's male or female?
Yes.
But she has him in his phone as a contact, meaning she's talked to him before, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there. I'll shut up now, I promise.
Yeah. I'm gonna let that go and not touch it with a gigantic fucking 30-foot pole. Anyways, what I do want to know is, so the Peekaboo incoming message to interaction C. So what is this? The 211 17 17 32 30. Do you guys know what these Peekaboo incoming messages are?
I just learned. So I was saying Peekaboo on my channel before I looked it up, and there's Snapchat.
So Peekaboo is the Snapchat website.
Yep.
Okay. So she's got Snapchat messages that are being, and again, so let's break it down together because I'm asking you guys. So Snapchat's designed to have some kind of anonymity, right? You can take a quick picture and it's designed to be kind of like you take it and it goes away kind of thing. So is this just, we don't know what it is, but she was using the Snapchat app to interact with somebody at 211 and 17, 211 and 17, 211 32, like all these different timestamps are different. okay, so she's sending messages through the Snapchat app. And is interaction C just like a generic name they're giving for somebody that is that like a redaction that we're not allowed to know, or is it like a part of the encryption that you don't get to know who it is because it's an encrypted type of thing? Or
we see that later on in the document too, the interaction C.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's continue. I'm going to ask all these questions because I want to know. So phone activity. So this is from Eric. We're going to assume Eric Gower is writing back to Dylan.
right.
I am. So he says, yeah, she asked, are you driving still? And he said, I am. Right. And that message says it came through at 4:29.
She read it. Yeah.
The number at the bottom, the very bottom where it says 213,
213.
that's when it came through.
Yes.
And then the one above is when she read it.
When it was read, yeah.
So he sent it at 2:13 in response, but she didn't get around to reading it till 4:29.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very strange time to read it.
Well, the thing is with those, we found out is, I guess, like Kim was saying, that you can see those messages, they'll pop up. You just didn't click on it to actually go read it until that time.
Right.
Fair.
It depends how your phone settings are, because I don't have mine where they pop up.
Yeah. Right.
Gotcha.
If she had a pop up, she could have seen it and just It is possible.
And by the way, if I do have mods, like I know I have Rhonda as a mod, and I think Robin is maybe modding as well. Because we're going to be so focused on text on the screen and talking, I need my mods to pin stuff if they think there's something we need to address, because I'm really not going to be watching chat while I'm reading stuff on screen. So if you guys can help with that, great. So here's Brittany from Under My Nuts, or from Under Cheese, or whatever it is. Whatever it is. I'm sorry. It's from Famande, something like that. I don't know who that is. And everybody and their dog is streaming today talking about her, and I don't know that anybody has identified who she is. Has anybody identified who she is?
Not in here yet.
Somebody wants to know, one as a law enforcement guy who may have come across death in various crime scenes, how long before you smell death? Wouldn't they smell body excrement?
Okay, they would smell it, but yes, if you have all the doors closed and everything, it could contain it to a certain extent. We've spoken about this. However, right, go ahead.
The third floor, if they're in the basement and the door's shut, they're not going to catch anything from the third floor. No.
Right, but definitely Xana and Ethan
slightly, depending on the time.
Should have had something.
All right.
You know.
Let's talk about a morbid question, because this question came up. Let's talk about a morbid question. When you die, your body releases its muscles and you will vacate your fluids and excrement. How quickly does that happen after death?
Immediately, when you're dead.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because all those muscles relax, and then everything just kind of
falls out.
So if you're in that vicinity, you're going to smell those things, all of it, like almost near immediately, okay? Now, if you're downstairs and you have the door shut and so on and so forth, it's going to take a minute to get to you, if at all. So, but you evacuate everything when that happens. So,
right.
Yeah. All right. So, a lot of people have asked, why didn't they smell the smells? And there's a million answers for those who want to hold on to the narrative. Well, it was cold and the doors were open and the wind was blowing through and nobody could have smelled it, and they were downstairs and the ventilation piped it out a window and out the roof of the whatever you need to do to hold on to your belief that nobody smelled anything. And it makes total sense to you, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to live with yourself, is to accept that they could have been in the house full of dead people and not smelled a thing.
I will say,
the only thing that
go
along with that narrative is I think there's a strong possibility that they left at whatever it was, The
ventilation system, I see people are saying it now too. I was just thinking on that. The ventilation system in the house, if the heat is working at all, blowing, it's going to push it through the vents. Yes. You're going to smell something. Something. So absolutely. I don't know what it's like down in the basement area, but the rest of the house you will smell. Yes.
This is why I just don't think that. And the door was wide open, right? Door was left open.
At some point.
We don't know when. No. Go ahead, Logan. Make your point real quick, because now we're going to talk about the door for forever.
The smell of blood would have been insane.
Yeah, you can smell it. It smells like copper, pennies, whatever you want, iron, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Again, I don't know. Like we can't have this argument. for some of us, it's ridiculous to think that those girls could have been in the house and not smelled it. And for other people, it's ridiculous that you think they would. They were panicked, they were drunk, they were scared. So if you have a narrative you believe, that tends to be what it goes with. I still lean to there's no way they didn't smell that stuff. But in fact, I go with Howard Bloom's reporting that the officers, when they stepped in the house, they immediately could tell something had happened horrible.
Sure.
Probably because of the smell. One of the police reports, it says sausage biscuits. Oh, it's gone. Somebody had that pinned.
No, this is sausage biscuits. I think this came from my side. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Page 96 in Howard Bloom's book, quote, Gunnarsson would confess to others that he was unprepared for the strong smell of blood that rose to his nostrils, the moment he walked inside. Well, again, 8 to 10 hours later, of course, it's going to be horrifically bad then. But even I'll say that probably within 2.5 hours, you would definitely start smelling a pretty hefty smell. So yeah.
Yeah.
There was another quote that they wrote, but I didn't see it before the other one. So we'll just. Thank you. All right. Did we need to talk about this one from Bethany? Incoming text message doesn't say. Doesn't say much.
Wait, what time was it? 4:19. Okay.
4:19.
It was
23 seconds.
No, it's a call. That's a call.
That's from 3185. If we remember that phone number.
So 23-second call. Okay.
DM's phone activity. This is a phone call to Xana at 4:20 in the morning.
Yeah.
That lasted for 0 seconds. 0, 0, 0
bullshit.
Seconds.
This is nonsense.
Yeah. And
she punched the phone number in and set the phone down.
Kaylee Gonzalez, 0 seconds at 4:20 in the morning. Bethany, 41 seconds. And that was a connected call to Bethany in the house. And again, I don't want to fucking spin forever because we people talk about 3 years. Why you're calling each other in a house where you can just literally just walk to the next room and talk to them. I don't know why you're texting and calling each other like literally right next door. But anyways, Maddie, 0 seconds and 0 seconds. And you're right. The people who are deceased, those phone calls last for 0 seconds.
I have a question to all of you. Do you guys think it's possible that something like that could be added after the fact? Because it was made known do you think it's possible that a number could be added by a third party after the fact?
I don't know. Without being at the phone company itself and having access to the database, right. I don't know.
Right.
Just curious because the way those all look, they're all identical. 00000. Bethany's has a 41 second, whatever it is, and then boom. So it makes me wonder, could they have added those after the fact somehow because they knew that they should be there on the call log because she stated what she stated? Yeah.
And Mama Jay's going back to the question about how it took till 4:20 or something in the morning for Dylan to read Eric's response about, I'm driving. And again, the question is, did she see it as like a notification that popped up on the phone, but it didn't register that she saw it until.
Right. It's definitely possible. I mean, I get notifications that come up on my phone. You don't necessarily it won't say read unless you click on it.
So this one takes me back to our song, pretty much. No one's answering. At 4:22.
No one's answering, but you waited like not even a second.
I'm really confused right now. By the way, you guys, one of the things, I guess we'll get it when it gets. I'm sure we're going to see the text. I'll save it till when we get there. Kaylee. A text message. Just texting Kaylee, what's going on? That's to Kaylee at 4:22. Bethany to Dylan, yeah, dude, what the fuck? And then Xana was wearing all black. By the way, this has always bothered me. This text exchange, it feels like Xana was wearing all black. There's conversation missing. This to just state out of the blue, like, remember, and then she's like, no, they talk up like, no, it's a ski mask, she says almost.
I think it stemmed from the phone call they had, though.
Right. Because there's that's what I'm saying. Conversation is missing. Like the text messages don't make sense without the context of what prompted them to say those things.
Yeah.
Right. And it could have been the phone call, because I don't know when I'd have to go back and look, and we're not going to do it right now, when the phone call actually happened in relation to these texts. So that's you're right. What I'm saying is I've always felt like the text messages were leaving out part of the conversation, and that could be the phone call or it's text messages that were deleted. That's the $1 million question. So they're talking about, no, I'm freaking out right now. No, it's a ski mask almost. Shut the fuck up. That's from Bethany. Actually, there's
stuff missing.
There's stuff missing. That's what I'm saying. The conversation doesn't feel
truly
natural. Yeah. It feels like there's stuff missing.
There, in my opinion, 100%.
How do you go from shut the fuck up to actually? I guess you could say shut the fuck up. Actually, maybe it was just too. Maybe she accidentally.
She's using the word actually as in the term of like for real, like actually for real.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Like he had. Look at that. Excellent spelling. Now that's that's drunken texting, I guess. Like he had something over his head. And by the way, this is where I was going with this. People make so much. I'm so irritated about this. So many people make so much about how Dylan said she was screwed. Remember when she said, "I'm screwed though," and I'm like, she typed scared wrong. And if you don't think so, and that's fine, you could think that, but look at how many typos she has. She has 1 million typos. Yeah. So why does everybody hang on that? She said she was screwed, so she knew she did something wrong. And I'm like, if you're going off the typo of I'm screwed and it was misspelled, look at all the other misspellings. There's 1 million typos and misspellings.
I just think she's a dingbat, period. So that's my opinion.
Oh, there's a good spelling of Bethany. Bethant. I'm not kidding. Bethant. So if you think she typed in for Munda cheese correctly, she probably didn't, because that's Bethant. She is not drunk. Dylan was not drunk that night. That's just Dylan being Dylan. Yeah, I think that's correct. And by the way, the whole Dylan, was she drunk or not drunk? So Dylan at one point said that she drank 18 White Claws and some shit and whatever, had been drinking for like 2 straight days. Somebody else said Dylan said she wasn't going to be drinking that night and didn't drink at all. So I don't know which story is true. Do you guys, to this day, do we know if Dylan was hammered or if she wasn't hammered?
No, but there was multiple people that said that she shouldn't have been drinking for 2 different reasons. One, she claimed she wasn't going to be, and 2, there was something going on campus that I can't remember what the hell it was called, but where nobody drank that weekend, and she was taking advantage of it, supposedly. But,
Thank you, Bianca, for the 5 gifted memberships. We got 5 new turtles. Woo woo.
Awesome, Bianca. Who knows if she even remembered it, Lee? She knowing what we've seen so far.
This is what bothers me about this story. It literally people get mad at me and yell if you say she was drunk or she wasn't drunk based on 50% of the people thinking she didn't drink at all, you asshole. And then somebody else, she was completely hammered, you asshole. And I'm like, guess what? We don't fucking know, you asshole. Like we don't know.
We truly don't.
It changed. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot. The point being is that I get kicked in the teeth no matter which way you go, because everybody's insisting she was drunk or she wasn't drunk. She was scared or she was screwed. She was like, what? Anyways.
Well, what we know is she wasn't sleeping.
that we should know. We should know.
And here's my thing with the whole I'm screwed thing. Would she be screwed for it? That doesn't make any sense. Being scared, sure. You're scared you're going to get caught. I get it. That's what I think she was afraid of.
All right. So
just
I'm so freaked out. And Bethany says, so am I. My phone is going to die. Expletive. Like how he did that? Like I'd never say the F word.
Right. But why is Bethany freaked out?
Well, that's a good question. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
I'll
tell you. I'll tell you why.
Okay, go ahead, Lee.
Because if you believe, I believe it. If you believe Brat Norton, the text messages with Steve Gonzalez, where Steve said Bethany saw somebody in the kitchen changing clothes out in the kitchen, I think that was a legitimate conversation. I think Bethany did see something that night. And I think that's, and I've always maintained she has the exculpatory evidence. Who she saw doesn't match Koberger's description, which is why they never wanted her to testify, because she would either have to lie on the stand and say it was Kohberger's description that she saw, or she'd have to admit that who she saw wasn't Kohberger, and that that completely destroys the lone killer narrative Kohberger. If she saw anyone that, oh yeah, he was bald, or oh yeah, he had what. Any description that she gives that doesn't match Kohberger is going to fuck that narrative that he did it by himself. And I don't think she saw Kohberger. I think she saw somebody else.
Right. I agree. Because she's the one, she said she saw a flash, right? And
yeah,
heard a firecracker. I think the same thing. I think she saw another perpetrator that does not match Kohberger. Whether Kohberger, and again, like for the chat, we're not saying Kohberger did not do it or he wasn't part of it. Maybe he was, but I believe Bethany saw someone else.
Well,
I agree.
I kind of believe that she saw somebody and she knew who that person was. That's why I think she was so freaked the fuck out and left and never came back, because she knows that person is in that area and knows that that person's a dangerous person. And that's my opinion.
I agree. I agree with you, Dago. I think not only did she see the person, but she knows who it was. And so it's three things altogether. She knows the person, she knows who it was, and it wasn't Brian Kohberger. And that's the exculpatory information. Extraterrestrial highway adds the point, and this is, I don't know if we made this point or not, but it could be that Dylan is trying to look like she's drunk with fake, like, is she purposely mistyping shit and whatever to give the impression that she's drunk so that the story of I was really hammered that night would be more believable. So is it drunk texting or is it fake drunk texting?
That's a great point. Because here's my problem with the whole being drunk thing. I don't care. I've been drunk. I quit drinking 8 years ago because I used to get so drunk. Okay. I've seen people that way. I've been that way. Yeah. By 11 o'clock the next morning, she's not going to be so hyped up and rigid and so out there to tell that story 72 times like she did and not miss one beat with every story she told to those people.
With no sleep.
With no sleep. There's no way in hell unless she's having a powder party. But, you know, I mean, anything's possible, but I just don't think so.
Why is it that I'm stuck in the 80s? Like, no sleep, I hear till Brooklyn. That's all I hear. No sleep till. I can't do it. I'm just full of.
We're old, bro.
Everything's a song lyric to me.
But yeah, think about it. She ran up to Jack Decor and told that story perfect. She told the guy on body cam, Nunez, perfectly. She repeated that story multiple times and didn't miss a beat on it. So she should be hung the fuck over based on what she said she drank. That what is it? That Borg thing? Somebody said she drank a whole Borg.
Oh yeah,
she drank all the White Claws. That's a lot, and she's not that big of a person. So, where's the hangover? Where's the intoxicated speech and all that other shit? There's none of that when she tells those stories. So I just don't believe it.
All right, we're gonna keep going in there. 424. Come to my room. By the way, again, let's not forget that for the longest time, and yes, I got whoa for the longest time. Anyways, for the longest time, they were all asleep. They slept through the whole thing. That's why they didn't call 911 until 9 o'clock in the morning. They're all asleep, and then came out all this flurry of fucking text message. Really, you're all asleep, back and forth here. I'm so scared. Come down. Like, which one is it? Were you all asleep and it happened in your sleep, or were you fucking wide awake and you heard the whole thing? Anyways, we're beating a dead horse. This is old news. Bethany says, come down here, or she just says down here. Ethan Chapin phone call for 12 seconds. Now, Logan was pointing this out earlier about all of the 0.000 second phone calls, but yet with Ethan's, you got a 12-second call. Why, if everyone's deceased, does his phone register for 12 and everybody else registers 0.000?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Do we have an answer? Do we know? I mean,
I can think of his voicemail.
Huh?
I think she's faking the first ones to make it look like she made the phone calls to them, but she hit send and then hit end right away.
So, and that's the thing. Like, you're right. Like, did she just hit? You're right. Cause it would feel like you would have to hit send to register the 0.000 and then immediately hit end. Because again, just typing it into your phone isn't going to register shit.
No.
You would have to complete a button like call, but then you would have to immediately hang up. So you're right. You're absolutely right. It feels like, I want to log that I was making phone calls to everybody and they weren't answering.
Yeah,
the 12-second one could be a voicemail picking up. So did it ring along enough for voicemail to pick up? I don't know.
That's what I think the 12 seconds is. That one actually rang.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I missed the previous question. So whoever wrote a question before, I missed that one. What's this one? The biggest problem with her bullshit story is that
Oh my gosh.
bitch did not go to sleep. She was on her phone all night long, taking pictures, taking video. That's what we're gonna get to. I'm working my way back to you, babe. I'm working my way to the video and the pictures. Everything's a song with me. That's what I'm working on. Yeah. So we're gonna get there.
That's incredible, Kawanda. You're so amazing.
Wow.
Holy piss balls.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible.
We need like bells ringing.
We need like this is when you need pyrotechnics.
Right? For
Kirk.
I feel so jealous.
Real quick, Kawanda, thank you. Appreciation super chat for you, Dago. Thank you so much for all your hard work, dedication, and commitment to principled commentary and reporting. And holy shit, thank you so very much for that. God bless. That's so very generous of you and very much appreciated, Kawanda. Thank you.
All right. So we got the Ethan Chapin call for 12 seconds as opposed to all the 0000s. Oh, and here we are. Here's the. Oh my God! So many people hung on. Dylan said she was screwed. She knew she was screwed because. Fuck, man, I swear, like, why would you see all the millions of typos of Dylan and then assume that this was her confession that she's screwed because she's lying and she's going to get caught? That's how people took that. She's lying and she knows she's screwed. Or she's scared and she fucking typed everything wrong. I don't know. But it could be that she said she's screwed. Yeah, Foxy Rose says when they says come to my room, does she mean down to her room at the hotel, down the street, or downstairs? Good question.
What would she be screwed for? That's what I can't get past. Like that doesn't make sense. I'm screwed. Why?
The only reason I would say that for the law, what I think the people who say that is they think Dylan was in on the whole murder. And she was afraid that it was going to get pinned on her. And she's like, I'm screwed because now they're going to all blame me for this murder or something like that. So that's what some people.
I mean, yeah. Okay. That makes a little sense. I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know, but it's better than being alone. That's Bethany at 4:26 in the morning. Here we got some interesting stuff. Outgoing call. This is really good. 4:27 in the morning, outgoing call to Interaction C. Now, is this as well through it's an apple.com in-call service? Is it through a Snapchat app? Can you call in Snapchat?
And it doesn't tell us how long it is.
And it doesn't tell you how long it is. So there's an outgoing call to Interaction C, which is the same Interaction C designation on the Snapchat stuff. That's what I'm trying to decide. Is it a Snapchat type call because it's using Interaction C? Or
I believe so.
My son said you can do all three. So
yeah, and it says core duet in there. In the description, and it's also in there in the messages going in and out. So that's a Snapchat. Right,
and so you see this again, the Pickaboo thing right here.
So is that a picture thing, the Pickaboo thing, or is it just
no?
No, okay. I was curious about that earlier.
This is a mess. So this was a phone call. This was a message.
Right.
This was another message, and then outgoing call to Kayla Gonzalez that lasts for 6 seconds at 4:27.
Count to 6 seconds. It's like a ring, maybe one ring. Maybe.
But what's going unsaid here is this call at 4:27 and text at 4:27 and text at 4:27 here are not two people in the house. That's what's going on said here. This is just somebody else, I think, unless she's trying to contact them through Snapchat. The same.
Yeah, she was talking to multiple people outside the house that day, that night.
Yeah, I think they're back and forth with multiple different people on Snapchat, informing them like what's going on or something.
Agreed. Yeah. And how long was Kaylee's call there? 6 seconds?
6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
See, there's no way. No, come on now.
Like, Dago, call your wife and tell her not to pick up and let it ring for just 6 seconds and hang up and see how many rings that is.
We'll do it live.
I don't think I won't. As soon as I find my damn phone, where did it go?
So here's a call to Xana. Now, again, to Logan's point, it was a great point that Logan made. Earlier in the night, all the phone calls to the roommates are 000 seconds. But now we've got a Kaylee for 6 seconds. We got a Xana for 3 seconds. So just like Logan was saying, I have to wonder. Rhonda's like, I can call Lee. So I have to wonder, again, just like Logan said, did she purposely just hit end immediately after hitting send so that it would register, hey, look, I'm calling all my roommates, but she never intended to really call the roommates.
Because 3 seconds isn't really one ring either.
No.
It might be half a ring or one ring at the most.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, sorry, hon.
You had to tell her not to answer, ding dong.
Well, that was 0.01. Okay.
But did it ring?
Yeah, it rang once.
Oh, okay. But do you have an
All
iPhone?
right.
Doesn't matter.
No, I have an Android. I hate iPhones. I don't think it would matter, would it?
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, different carriers might have different delay
Right.
times on their thing. And
Well,
I would
that.
imagine Apple to Apple is probably faster than some other going through a different carrier. But that's getting into the weeds. So Dylan calls Kaylee, or is that a text? That's a text. Is that a text? Yeah, please answer.
Yeah.
It's a text message, right?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Brian.
Now this is the one that drives me nuts. Thanks for the you got a Pav said proves mask man times not right. Pav said proves the mask man times not right.
Well, so I made a video on that exact comment a couple of months ago.
Thank you, Brian guy.
And I said that she states she thought the masked man heard the phone calls to the roommates because he was still in the house when she was making the phone calls to the roommates, which means she didn't call the roommates until 4:20 something, which means the masked man wasn't in the car that was speeding away suspect vehicle 1 because that car was already gone.
Right. And I'll tell you that when I dialed that number, it did not start to register until she answered. So it just says 0000 until she picked up the phone, and then it went to 0001, and then I hung up.
Right. So
that makes me believe that it didn't engage the call. It was just typed in and then hung up.
Right. She didn't let it go to voicemail, for example.
No. It didn't even ring. It rings. Oh no. Yeah, you're right, Lee. I'm sorry.
no, it has to. She had to have dialed
Try
it.
it with iPhones, though. I think because she had an iPhone, so I think it would just be fair to try it with iPhones.
Does anybody have an iPhone?
I do.
This call each other. I don't know.
Here, I can have you call me, Logan, if you want. I'll put my number in the back chat. You call me, and that's that.
Okay.
So while you guys are do you guys need some silence and time to work that out, or can you do it on the fly?
No,
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. This is the table that drives me the most nuts. Dylan Mortenson's phone activity, 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:02 in the morning. Dylan creates a picture image on her phone. She takes a picture. Then she modifies that picture within a couple of seconds. Woo! Hello, one ringy dingy.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up. We'll see what three rings is.
It is loud. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Because I'm old.
Oh, it just comes up as canceled call.
With no time. But
Yeah,
what's
no
Dago's time? Just Dago, what's your outgoing call time say?
It says. You mean the one that I did for my wife?
The one that you just called Logan. Did you just call Logan?
No, she called me.
She called you. Oh, so you're Logan. You just says cancel call. Doesn't even give you a time at all.
No.
Mine don't. I have no time either. Now, do you want to try it again and want me to pick up and see if it registers?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll move it away. I'll mute so you guys don't have to hear it.
Okay, that was 3 seconds that registered.
And it registered when you picked up?
It was 4 seconds. Yep, it registered when he picked up.
So how do you register a 000 call?
I don't know, but that means that when the 3-second call, that means somebody picked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So somebody picked up Xana's phone or Kaylee's phone with the 3 seconds.
That's what it sounds like at this
That's
point.
what it
Yeah,
Right,
or
and
did
the only
someone
thing-
was someone holding her phone? Like, oh, go ahead, call
Shit.
Xana's phone. That could be it too. Like they're actually
Oh,
looking
you
at
mean
like
like if
Xana's
somebody was
phone.
trying to establish a timeline and they're like, "Hey, call me real quick."
Yes. Yes.
That's wild.
That is wild. That's
Well,
more
like they're
wild
looking,
than
like they're
hanging
actually
up.
looking at Xana's phone, and like Dylan's right there, calls Xana's phone, and someone just ends it like immediately. Or
So
she
the only way a 0000 call would happen, in my opinion, is if you type the number in and hit like green or whatever the hell it is for iPhone, and then hung up right away. That would be the only way I could see that registering that way.
That's crazy.
Wild, yeah.
That is nuts.
Hold on. I'm going to ask our friend AI.
Shut.
Yeah.
Zippity.
On an iPhone, how would a call register a 000 time? On an iPhone, a call showing 000 generally means no actual conversation or time was recorded. But why it happened is here the context. The call was answered, but immediately disconnected. The call technically connected, but lasted less than a second. iPhone rounds down to 0000. Common scenarios: an accidental answer, instant hang up, poor signal causing an immediate drop, or one party hangs up instantly. Voicemail pickup with no recording. Sometimes a call routes to voicemail, but the caller hangs up immediately and no message is left.
Yeah.
The call will log as 0000.
And
So
don't
that's
forget that
key.
Xana's phone was in the bed with Ethan, and Ethan's phone was on the floor with Xana.
Right. So that makes me think
So
that
someone or
is,
something
like,
had
answering.
to pick up,
yeah,
or voicemail could have picked up, but then
for all three
she
though.
immediately. Well, so okay, hear me out. I'm playing devil's advocates. So if Dylan makes a phone call to Xana and gets her voicemail, did she just automatically hang up as soon as she heard Xana's voicemail and went, well, fuck, I guess she's not there, not answering. Now I'll call somebody else, waits for the voicemail to connect, immediately hits disconnect and calls somebody else because she figures if it went to voicemail, then they must not be answering. And so could it be, if you play devil's advocates, that she did attempt the calls, but immediately hung up when she got voicemail?
How many calls, how many rings was it to get to me before I registered, Logan? 3?
Yeah.
Or before? It was 3 rings.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so typically when a phone rings, unless you have it in your hand looking at it, it's going to ring 2 to 3 times before you answer it, roughly, in my opinion.
You'd have to. You can't. Think about it. Have you ever like been looking at your phone, like a friend or someone's calling you, and you actually answer it before it rings?
Yes,
I've done it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that makes me think whether Dylan was doing it or someone else was like, I find it hard to believe that all 3 calls. I mean, I guess it could happen, but all 3 calls went to voicemail.
So meaning somebody turned all their phones off?
Either someone turned all the phones off, or someone is in cahoots with it. Like, she's like, call Xana, and the second they see the number go through, they just canceled it. They just closed, answered and closed it. That's the only way I see how that would happen.
To answer your question, Jules, if my phone's locked, it'll ring and unlock immediately as it rings. I can turn it off. Yeah, I'll turn it off. That's fine.
Or just send me
straight
to
too fast.
voicemail.
Yeah,
that should send you to voicemail if it's turned off.
All right, are you guys going to do another test? I feel like, what are we doing? We're like freaking forensic files here.
It's trial and error.
And I haven't even got to the point where I didn't even got to the point that I wanted to get to, which is the pictures.
But this is like super important though.
Right.
We're investigating.
Because this could show more fuckery by Dylan.
We're investigating it.
We're uncovering the mystery.
Yes. Come on, gang. We got this. Come on, Scooby.
Did you turn it off?
It's off. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna call.
Ruby Doo.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Thank you.
My son loves that song.
Yes, that was a 3-second.
And it went directly to voicemail?
Yep.
Okay. 3 seconds.
So
it still records 3 seconds, not
Right.
It's
0,
not,
0,
it's
0.
not a 000. It's a time call.
God, that's so weird.
Yep.
So you have to actually answer it and hang up.
How
Like
would you get
immediately.
a 000 call then?
Try this
Weird.
then, Logan. Do me a favor. I'm gonna turn my
The
phone
zero-
back on.
That-
Try
that's
to
what you
call
said,
me, and as soon as it rings, hang it up immediately. The first ring.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lee. I'm sorry to cut you off, boss.
Oh, so the test that I think you need to do, and I don't know if this is one you guys are doing, is if she calls you and you pick up the phone and immediately hang up on her. That should record 000 seconds.
Right. There you go. So you look at your phone, and the second, don't even wait for it to ring.
Okay.
No,
Just
pick
wait.
it up. No, connect it. Yeah, answer her call and immediately hang up.
But don't wait. Yeah, don't wait for it to ring. Just look as soon as you see it pop up. Just answer it.
Ready?
My phone sucks. It doesn't do shit. So give me a second for it to start back up again. It takes forever.
Yeah, it takes forever to reboot those suckers.
That's why I have an iPhone.
It just works, Logan. Apple just works.
I'm anti-Apple.
So am I. Okay, go for it.
Please leave your 3 seconds.
I declined that one.
Huh. So how the fuck did you get a 0007?
How many times did it ring? Once?
Yeah.
You said you declined it though, but did it? The question is,
did you answer it and hang up?
No, I declined it.
Well, you gotta. Yeah, the question is are you able to answer? Are you able to answer? Yeah, before
answer and okay, do it again.
Here's the thing, though. Would it be different if our phones were right next to each other because it's taking a second for the call to register all the way to you?
Right. No, it could be. You're right. You're right. It could be a difference because you guys would be if you're standing in the.
You're also not an iPhone, but do one more test. Call him.
Hold it up to the camera.
And immediately hang up.
If you were sitting in the same room, you'd both be like on the same tower. So maybe.
Okay, so yeah, just pick it up and hang up, Dago, when you get the call in.
No problem.
That bitch just hung up on me.
1 second.
1 second. All right. Well,
I got it. Go ahead and dial the number, and then dial the number and hang it up immediately as soon as you dial it, Logan.
It's nothing. Remember, it registers as a canceled call.
It canceled call. Yeah.
Or let it ring once. Let it ring once and then hang it up.
But would it be different back in 2022 without all these extra updates that iPhone has done?
Oh my God! Now, forget it.
Yeah, and I think it also would be different.
I'm over it.
And I think it'd be different too if you were in the same. If you were in the same room.
What if you were wearing blue underwear and it was a Tuesday? Would that make a difference on whether the call goes through?
And plus, they were calling iPhone to iPhone.
Yes, right. So we can't replicate it exactly.
And they were probably both connected to the same internet too. So
all right, let's do another 100 tests.
All right, now stand on your head and put one leg out in front of you and reach between your legs and dial it that way and see if it works.
All right, I'm out. Look, this is what I want to focus on for a minute. All right. Dylan creates a picture, image 1368, modifies it within 2 seconds. Actually, 2 seconds. And then deletes a different image number, deletes a different image number again from that one, then creates some kind of render picture, then modifies that, and then created a movie at 519, and then modified the movie, then creates another image and another. Like, what is with between 5:02 in the morning? And I realize that Dylan's sleeping, so I don't know how this is actually happening. This might be a little bit like Jack DeCour's I don't know how I made a 17-minute phone call. So here you have from 5:02, we'll get back to that, 5:02 to 6:25, a whole period of pictures and videos. What is that about? What do you guys think?
Somebody took her phone, or a ghost did it because she was sleeping.
Well, yeah, I realized she was sleeping, so yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
can't be her. But yeah.
No, honestly, in all truth, being serious, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Unless she was taking
disturbing.
pictures or videos of things and then she's deleting, or I guess what do you call editing the videos?
So the most disturbing, I'm just going to say the most disturbing thing.
I figured that.
Yeah. What if someone spent time cleaning up the crime scene, and then she's like, okay, here's what this crime scene looks like now. Here's a couple of pictures from this bedroom. Here's a couple of pictures from this bedroom. Here's a walkthrough. Like, could it have been one of those kind of like, or something morbid along that lines of, holy shit, look what just happened at our house kind of thing? Like, is that the pictures that are being taken? And that's what.
Well, what would give us more info is if we actually got. I don't know if we're gonna get it. I saw yesterday. I think Lana put in a FOIA request for the health, whatever it's called, the health records or whatever. I don't know if they're going to actually give it, but if they do, that should show the steps and all that stuff. So I
FOIA'd that before and they denied me, but Lana might word it different.
Right, because that would be, because now in between those pictures, if there's all kinds of steps, or we can see, oh, look, she went upstairs. She went that would tell a lot. That would tell a whole story.
Of course, it is possible, guys. It's possible to play devil's advocates that she's just like taking selfies of herself and movies of herself for some boyfriend or whatever, and doing duck lip pictures and look at me, I'm so beautiful. Like, it could be just her just doing so, like, look at me. It's
more creepy. After what just happened in your house, what you just heard and what you saw.
Yeah, because I thought,
so
scared. And I thought, exactly, her own words. I thought she's so scared. So she's so scared, but she's gonna take, all of a sudden, I'm gonna take a bunch of selfies of myself now.
Right. I don't know. It's the question that bugs me the most.
My thing is that she didn't call her boyfriend at all or text him at all.
Yeah, and
and her statement too. Her statement that she said that, well, I think the whatever her exact words were, I thought it seemed like the person knew who I was. Like, why would you say that?
I thought it was weird that he didn't come kill me. She didn't say that.
So
but it was
I want to run that down, and I want to point out, like, I'm afraid to say this because I want to state I have no basis for this other than I just logicked it out as a possibility, and it's a complete pulling this out of my ass. But I said, rumor was her boyfriend's truck, Dylan's boyfriend's truck, was seen in town that night, they think. Yet his alibi is Dylan called him when he was out at a bar with another chick in Boise, Idaho. Therefore, and I said, conveniently establishing I couldn't have been in Idaho to commit Moscow to commit the murders because you called me in Boise where I'm out partying. But there is no proof who picked up his phone. So if he left his phone with somebody and was actually in Moscow and somebody else picked up his phone in Boise to give him an alibi of, I couldn't have been 5 hours away in Moscow, Idaho, because I was in Boise during the time of the murders, that would be a great way to establish a murder. Then the question of why doesn't Dylan text her boyfriend or whatever is because her boyfriend's not there. Her boyfriend's not in Boise and he's not with his phone. She would have to be using a different way to communicate with him, like Snapchat or something else, because his phone is back in Boise with somebody else. So you could go that logic route if you're creative. I don't know. Sounds crazy.
It did look like to me like she had the name Quinn written on her arm.
Yeah, I've heard so many different written or tattooed.
Written,
yeah.
Yeah, it was written with an ink pen.
All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about these things at 8:05 a.m.? What is this? Instagram.
It shows you a start time and then an end time. So it's very clear, since they're just seconds apart, that she's sending a message on Instagram rather than scrolling.
That Logan, that can't be true because she was sleeping at this time.
I know, right?
She didn't wake up until just before the 911 call, so that can't be true.
She turned into a vampire.
Instagramming people. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just being sarcastic. I'm not correcting you, but
It's crazy how she literally didn't sleep a wink.
Nope.
Right.
Not
All
a
night
wink.
long she's awake. Yeah.
Yep.
But she was super energetic that morning when everybody got there.
But the argument is that, well, she fell asleep for a while, then she woke back up and texted, then she fell asleep again for a while. So mostly, pretty much, she was sleeping between 2 o'clock and 11 o'clock. But, there were some times when she was awake.
And it must have been a super nice sleep, too.
Everybody is super nice there, including sleep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of Instagram. Look at this. Starting at 8:05, 8:10, 8:11, 13, 14, 10 o'clock in the morning before the 911 call is still Instagram stuff. 10 o'clock.
What time? Do you guys remember what time it was that she said in the interviews that we saw and heard that Emily got the phone call from her?
Emily Land?
Yeah. Do you guys remember that time?
Wow, there's a crap ton of messages, but I don't remember. Dago.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It shows in here. Does that help?
Well, that's what I wanted to
Where at?
verify, though.
It's coming up.
If it matches what's in here.
Look at the flurry. Look, do you see the flurry? And this is what, again, I put together a narrative. There's a flurry at 10 o'clock in the morning. Look at all these freaking messages. Like going left and right all over the place. 10:03, 10. I mean, there's so many messages.
And then that's Indeed jobs, huh? She's looking for a job.
Oh, there's Pickaboo again. So there's Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of social media at 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it goes on and on. 10:19, 10:20, 10:20. And at some point, it was more than a rumor. It was verified. At what point did one of the girls have their father say, you're going to need to call 911? Do you remember that? Like they were talking to their father and I think he's the one that said, you're going to have to call 911. And so they decided to call 911.
I think that was a rumor that was put out about when Bethany contacted her dad. That's so, just a rumor, though.
It wasn't verified. I thought it was verified, but
not that I ever saw anywhere. No.
So after all of this activity, 10:22, 10:23, then at 10:23, she texts, "Are you up?" to Dylan, or Dylan texts, Maddie. And then on again, more Instagram, more Snapchat, lots of Snapchat activity.
And this is and what's interesting about that is these times, we know that the fraternity, they have their own like whole group Snapchat thing and stuff. And Dago, you played it on your channel. I forget that guy changed his name, right? He was like hiding his I don't know. Dago stepped away for a minute. He had a guy that was hiding his identity, and he said it's one of this guy like always goes to work on time, like no matter what. So he knows 100% that he had to be at work by 9:30, I believe it was, and they were getting all kinds of messages starting at like 9 a.m. That the first thing that came through was that people overdosed in the house. And then after the overdose, it was that people were shot in the house.
Yeah.
And then from that, it went to stabbing and whatever.
Stabbing.
I really wish we had all of this information from the victims' phones.
Yes, ma'am. We're never going to get that, though, because that would probably be a completely different story. But now I will tell you the one thing in here that kind of I was talking to my crew about a little bit ago is the messages between her and Jenna McClure.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna knew something.
Yeah. That bro was because she knew.
Bro. And then right after that, it says, do I need to come pick you guys up?
Right.
She knew something, whether it was via picture, phone call, or text messages.
Well, it wasn't a phone call because, Dylan didn't call her anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Or somehow or another something was put out. It makes me wonder if it was one of the Snapchat or I'm sorry, Super Chat. Yeah, Snapchat Jesus, or Instagrams, and Jenna saw something and said, "Bro, do I need to come get you guys right now?"
Yep.
And then she shows up right with the police. So, and I'm telling you, it looked like Bethany was going to leave. She was standing over there waiting almost. It looked like she was getting ready to leave. So what did Jenna know and how did she know it?
I'd like to see Bethany's phone activity. How come we get Dylan's but not Bethany's?
Bethany's is probably the one that actually has the incriminating statements on it.
Exculpatory evidence.
Exculpatory, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that statement there told me right away, like, what did she know for her to say that? She had to know something. I even asked my son what Pickaboo was because he's always on Snapchat. He was like, I have no idea. I've never heard that before. I was like, it's got to be some kind of a support system then.
It's
like through.
Look, if you look up the Toyapa group, group, that is Snapchat.
So that's just their tag for their name?
I think so.
Okay. That would make sense. So, you know what? If you want to scroll on this, go over to the Jenna McClure message real quick and look and see if there's any activity via Instagram or Snapchat right before that by chance. If that's possible. No, I mean like it's the Snapchat application for iPhone. Okay, well there you go. Makes sense.
Why the hell do I keep getting muted every so often? I would like to know that.
Because StreamYard sucks.
Your mic sound weird now?
I know you're
sound like you're in a closet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your mic sounds. Your mic
sound like you're in the other room.
Like it's picking up from your webcam or something.
Yes.
Right? It changed my audio source. It sure did.
Does that to me all the time.
Okay, how's that sound? Is it better now?
That's better. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it changed my audio source. What is StreamYard doing, man?
You could have just kept scrolling. It would have shown Jenna's the message from Jenna.
Okay, do you know where it's at?
Oh, there it is. I mean,
how far? I mean, I don't know what I'm looking for.
I think it's towards the bottom, isn't it, Logan?
I'm pretty sure.
I know you just covered this. That's the only reason why I'm asking you.
I'm gonna go a little faster. Let's see.
Yeah, it'll be like one of those big boxes, like the other text messages.
Yeah, the big bubble thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's Dad. There's Jenna.
Okay, so what time was that again?
Go down a little bit because she didn't read it till 2:12 and it was 11:50.
11:50 in the morning. So scroll back up real quick, just up till you get to those boxes where the Instagram stuff is, and see, or whatever the hell that other shit was, and see if there's anything there.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like Snapchat. Go back up.
You're looking for the timestamp at 11:50.
Right around that period of time, yeah.
11. Oh, does it stop there? 11:38.
I think 11:57 was the last one there. Mm-hmm. So 11:38.
That's it. And then
that's it.
Okay,
so I could be that at 11:38 she sent Instagram.
Here's more.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. There's more.
11:50. We're looking at 11:50.
Hold on. 11. Oh yeah. Okay, you're good. Keep going.
11:55. Here we go. 11:55 and 20.
We're looking for 11:50 and 55 seconds.
11:50 and 55 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Right there is 11:50 and 38 seconds. And so that's got to be it right there then. If that's what happened, yeah. If that's what happened, and that's what is that Instagram? There was an Instagram.
Oh, here it is. 11:50 and 58 right there.
That's to Emily. That's the call to Emily.
Right? Is that the same time as the phone call to Jenna? Or
That's 3 seconds before, or I'm sorry, 3 seconds after the text message from Jenna came through.
Interesting.
My question is, did Anne receive everyone's call log and phone activity that was in the house, or there was? I doubt it, Mama J. I don't think Ann Taylor got half the discovery that she's supposed to.
I don't think so either.
I think that's going to be part of the post-conviction relief, is exculpatory evidence that was withheld from the defense. The defense never got, I think, a lot of the important information that could have pieced together the story.
Yep.
That's my guess.
That's what I think part of the problem was, to be honest with you.
and fundamentally, I have to ask, how could Ann Taylor not have been given that? Like, did they literally just expect that Ann Taylor was just going to roll over on the thing with only a partial of the thing? Hey, we're just going to show you only the text messages that we want you to see. And she had to have been asking, no, how about I see all of them? No, you've got enough. You've got enough.
They were holding back on all sorts of shit on. I mean, I think she even received stuff after the sentencing.
Kind of like we are 3 years later, and we're still receiving new document dumps where, oh, now there's this. Like, they're doing the same fuckery to us in the whole world right now, as they keep giving us a little bit more. Oh, now if they did that same shit to Ann Taylor, no wonder she fucking couldn't keep up with the thing, because they just keep leaking at little pieces, and then they give you this answer. Sorry, Ann, this is what they told. This is what they told her. You're getting it in the same order that we got it in. It's not our job to sort it for you. So you figure out the story. That's what they told her. You figure out the story. We're giving it to exactly how we got it. And so it's not our job to sort it out for you and show you where to look. You go find it. We'll just give it to you little dribbles here and there. That's how we got it. And you're going to figure it out too. So
it makes me think that they're altering these things before they put them out to the public, because why wouldn't you just unseal everything? I mean, the case is closed.
Right.
But then we get one little piece, and then a month later, another little piece. And then
I feel like the answer to the why isn't everything unredacted is because we're still in the time frame that Brian Kober can file a post-conviction relief.
Right.
And so because of that, this could go right back to trial. And because of that, they can't release everything until all options are off the table. But you know what? Even then, you really can't release it, because, again, if exculpatory information comes out that shows he couldn't have done it, it doesn't matter if the 1 year is even run up at that point. It could be 20 years from now, and they could prove that he couldn't have done it, and that'll vacate the plea. So I don't know.
That's a good point.
All right, Lee, we have to address a little something that's going on in the chat.
I'm going to on my channel.
I was just gonna say, we don't bash other creators. Okay, if you don't like a certain creator, you don't have to watch them. There are some creators out there we don't necessarily agree. I don't agree with every single thing that Jules or Pav or Lana say, but we have respect for everyone. All right, you can disagree. You can have your argument. We're fine with, debating and debating different things, but we don't just bash other creators.
Okay, so I was gonna say, because this happened on my side of the fence over here. Bye, the mod logic doesn't make sense. Okay, take care then. I'm sorry, but I don't do that. Never done that. I'm not going to attack another creator because somebody has a difference of opinion about them. They work just as hard as any of us do. Right. That's their opinion, their feelings. So they have that right to it. So please don't do that. That's all we're asking over here. Nothing else. Anyway, sorry about that.
So what else do you guys got?
She has the whole tower data. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, I got something quick if you want me to show it.
Oh yeah, let's do that. And then I want to talk. I want to give a few.
It won't be a long.
I want to have a little bit about Lecher County. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me pull up. All right. So this was. It was. I got to remove. Oh, that's got to be removed first, huh? I didn't realize that was up there.
Do I need to remove it for you, or?
Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Right. I got to remove that. Some of these kids let it. Okay. So this is talking about, you know, kind of BK's his options. When I think of Dylan, I was joking. Okay, I don't know. I can't read the bottom with the with the quote up. All right, so the two, these are basically different ideas. You guys are able to see it and read it, but the two important ones here. So Kohlberg is going to have a motion to withdraw his guilty plea or a petition, as we've talked about a few times, post-conviction relief. So the one I want to bring your attention to is the breach of agreement. Okay, so just real quick, if the plea was entered in return for the investigation, the defendant can argue that the prosecution's original leaks. Now this is talking about. Now remember, there is a leak investigation going on. Okay, so this is a big deal. The defendant can argue that the prosecution's original leaks constituted a prior breach of the duty of good faith. Courts have held that when a plea rests significantly on a promise or condition, the condition must be fulfilled, otherwise the plea may be voidable. The other big one here, you can read the others, is the manifest injustice. Okay, if the defendant has already been sentenced, the legal standard is much higher, requiring proof of manifest injustice. The confirmed existence of a state-sponsored leak that prejudiced the defendant's constitutional right to an impartial jury would be the cornerstone of this argument. And either one of those, I think, could be argued, and I really think Taylor is going to go with the manifest injustice. So that there's that. Let me go to the... So, ICR 33, sentence and judgment. Right, this is a Supreme Court document. Where is it? I wanted to. Where is it? Counsel. So I think this is just talking about the sentence and judgment and stuff with that. You guys can read that. It's a Supreme Court ruling that has to do with sentencing. And then the important part here is right here. If you look at C, okay, this is part of the same document. Withdrawal of plea of guilty. A motion to withdraw a plea of guilty may be made only before sentence is imposed, or, okay, so obviously his sentence was imposed, so it's not right. We're not before, or imposition of sentence is suspended, but to correct manifest injustice, the court may set aside the judgment of conviction after sentence and may permit the defendant to withdraw a plea of guilty. So I believe that's where they're going to go.
There's a number of ways in which Kohlberger's team could argue the plea deal was coerced and only made because they didn't know the full story.
Right. We talked about the whole thing, and it may be argued too, Ray not being able to testify and all that. But I think their main argument, is going to be, and we're not going to know the results until it's finalized. I think the main argument is going to be that the leak came from the prosecution, and that the jury pool was tainted because of that leak, and therefore the plea is off, and he can now have a trial.
What has happened with Stephen Hippler's insistence that there's going to be an investigation into the leak that was leaked on Dateline, and he said that he was going to hold somebody accountable? Who got held accountable for that? Who was the leak and who got held accountable for it?
Exactly.
Nobody.
No, nothing yet. No, nothing yet. No, nothing yet. I think it's still on. I think it's still ongoing, and I think once we're pretty sure we know it came from the prosecution side. I mean, we don't know 100%, but we're pretty sure it did. And I think once that's over, I think that's going to be Ann Taylor's main argument is that, and that would go with that manifest clause right there. And just with that alone, without even having to mention Cy-Ray, I think he would get it.
All right. I don't want my team of panelists here to check out on me, but I really need to get a message out before tonight's close. So do you guys have anything that you guys want to cover before I do a little PSA type announcement about Kentucky? All right. I want you to understand, I covered the Mickey Steins case. Mickey Steins shot the judge in Kentucky, right? Kevin Mullins. Related to that case was that Mickey Steins was deposed in a case of his deputy, Ben Fields, who was convicted of rape and sodomy of an inmate, of which other inmates have basically done the whole #MeToo thing, that you did that to me too, you did that to me too, put me on ankle monitoring, and then coerced me into having sex with you. I just found out yesterday that the final pre-trial hearing for Sabrina Atkins' civil case versus Ben Fields did not end in a settlement. So I had to make sure that they weren't going to settle, because I expected three-quarters expected they were going to try to pay Sabrina off and say, look, let's not go to trial and air the laundry of Lecher County, which is that it's a systemic problem in Lecher County. And then we're going to pay her off with a settlement. They did not come to a settlement agreement. And so that trial begins in a few days. It begins on March 3rd in a matter of days. And I have got plane tickets now and got hotels now. And I am going, even though the damn bank is broke. I spent all the money just going to Delphi and whatever. So I'm asking for your help. If you have any interest in helping the girls, the victims of Lecher County and the systemic abuse of a corrupt law enforcement system that was using a system of putting women on ankle monitors and then coercing them into putting them back in jail if they didn't perform sex, and all the stuff that allegedly is coming out, and that civil trials happening again. Ben Fields already got convicted criminally and got convicted to 6 years in jail for doing that. Now they're having the civil case about violating her civil liberty rights for the actions he's already been convicted of. If you want to help out, please take a moment to snap a picture of my GoFundMe to support to the Lecher County, because we are flying on fumes. Literally, I'm very, very negative to get out there, but I've already got the flights. And by the way, because I had to wait last minute to confirm that the trial was on, it's no more than 4 days. I plan on being in the courtroom every single day. I'm going to do live broadcasts. Ooh, there's a big dog. Even the dog's like, Goalie! Anyways, I'm going to fly out there and I'm going to attend every day of the trial. I'm going to try to give you updates every single day. There's no cameras allowed in the courtroom. There's no recording devices allowed in the courtroom. So I'm going to be doing updates for you. If you're interested, I hope that you are. I realize this case hasn't taken off, but I want to at least ask for your help to support this mission. We've got a GoFundMe. Any dollars that you contribute to that will help pay for meals, room and board, car rental, and the airfare to get out there, which I've already had to pocket and go negative on. So I could use your help if you're willing to do that. All right, guys, let's get ready to wrap up for the evening. If you guys are okay with doing that. You guys okay with wrapping up for the evening?
Yep.
Sure.
All right, let's go around the horn. Let's go one Dago, Logan, and then I'll close us out. So
it sounds like Bronx got to go potty anyway.
I was giving her a little time so she could take care of that puppy dog. All right, so what do you got?
All right. Thanks to our wonderful, amazing community, all of the mods from all the channels. Of course, special shout out as always to Amanda, Penny, Robin backstage, Big Boss Rhonda backstage, all of you, Meatballs, Turtles, Denizens. It's a great panel, great discussion. It seems like the Idaho 4 is, the case that will never end. God knows we'll probably be doing this 5 years from now. We'll still be covering all that stuff. It's crazy. But thanks to all of you. and I will see you tomorrow, and I will give you my movie quote.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
All right. So here we go. Do you like apples? Second person. Yeah. Well, I got her number. How do you like
Goodwill
them?
Hunting. How do you like them apples? Yeah, like how do you like them apples? Goodwill Hunting. Yeah, I love that movie. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Thank you very much for doing the movie trivia. I always enjoy that very much. I was trying to give Logan time for the dog, and now I'm realizing she's probably delaying to take the dog out or something. So I probably should do Logan. You want to do next?
Yeah, because I have to walk him. He doesn't just go potty outside. So I always have to walk him. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We appreciate all of you, especially the mods, Bianca, for all your gifted memberships, and all of our new turtles. We appreciate you so, so much. Do something nice for yourself today. Be kind, but more importantly, be kind to your animals.
Awesome. All right. Take care of the dog. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for contributing the 000 discussion, which led us into freaking all kinds of on the air, do it live testing of phones. That was awesome. Enjoy your evening, the rest of the evening. And then we'll go Diego, and then I will take us out. All right. Diego, what do you got?
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here again. Another great conversation. The wheels and the brains are turning, folks, as always, and as they will always be in this case, unfortunately. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to the Blue Crew and all the moderators that have come out to join us tonight to run this thing. Without you, we would not exist, nor would we be able to do this. So thank you. Love to each and every one of you. You're all so very amazing. Again, guys, more Idaho 4. And there's more to come. I feel like be prepared, folks, because over the next month or two, I'm going to say this is going to open up like a broken watermelon. Truly, it's just going to split wide open, in my opinion. So anyway, thank you to the amazing panelists that have joined me and allowed for me to join them up here again. It's always an honor to be here with you guys. You're all amazing. And guys, don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. Please, please do not change a thing. You guys are the beautiful people. And don't forget, folks, coming up again this Saturday, I do believe the Verdict Room is live again with myself, Bronx Tales True Crime, Typically Unique, The Last 24, and our special guest, who I will not tell you who it is at this point. It's going to surprise you. And that would be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then shortly thereafter that, you'll catch me right back here again with this amazing crew of people. So I look forward to that. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Love you.
All righty. And then as for myself, I will see if I can lay this up on screen. Oh, not that's too big. How about this one? How about there? Let's take that one off and remove this one. Wow, I'm a mess. Remove. How the hell do I get that big thing off the screen? That's what
like that.
All right. So anyways, there you go. At the top in the corner is your last chance for the moment to help me out with Lecher County's case. Again, I'm going to be out there early before the trial because that's the only way I could do it. I had to catch a flight, and the flight going there puts me there days early and takes me days after the trial. And I just got to kill some extra time. So I might get myself in trouble and never come back. I don't know. Who knows? If I get myself in trouble in some parts of that county, you may never come back. So we'll see. Help out if you watched long enough to know the plight of the victims in that county. We are trying to do everything we can to raise awareness, and I realize we're a little early. Probably people aren't catching fire enough, but if you are already a believer in those and the mission of what we're doing, please consider contributing a few bucks to help pay for some meals or some gas as I travel around to and from. I've got an hour commute to the courthouse every day and an hour commute back from the courthouse every single day. Plus, I might be seeing people who are in the courtroom who are going to see me after the trial every day, and we're going to be doing live streams, and you're going to get a lot of value, but if you believe in the mission, just contribute. Thanks for the discussion night, everybody, for the great Idaho 4 discussion. It was a lot of fun. New things come out all the time. We can't get away from this case. It seems like forever, no matter how much some of us kind of want to, but we're also we're in to see this thing to the very end. And the ending may be the most dramatic thing you have ever seen. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Later.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night, guys.